Irene had sex with a stranger. Within just 3 days, her teeth, hair, and nails began to fall out profusely. Her eyes became bloodshot, one turned red and the other green. No matter how much makeup she used, she could not hide her rotting skin. The source of this mysterious virus was the hospital morgue. A fresh female corpse was raped. It was not until a minute later that the corpse was repackaged and placed back. The man then went home satisfied after work, but the man did not know he had contracted a mutated virus from the dead body. A few days later at a party, this necrophiliac man targeted the young and beautiful Irene. He was seen handing Irene a drink laced with drugs, and Irene drank it without any suspicion. Then the man had sex with the unconscious Irene. The next day, Irene woke up to find the bed covered in blood. She immediately went to the bathroom to check. Horrified, she found many black lines bulging on her lower body. But Irene did not think too much about it. She just cleaned up and went to work at the restaurant. While taking orders from customers, Irene suddenly had ringing in her ears and a terrible headache. This made it impossible for her to provide proper service to customers. To avoid disturbing other diners, she had to rush to the restroom to cope. But at that time, the ringing in her ears got worse. Her lower abdomen was also aching dully. Then Irene suddenly lost control of her bladder. She suddenly had a bad feeling. When she stood up and looked, she was almost scared to death, because her waist was actually bright red blood. Irene suspected it was an STD from not using protection that night at the party, so she hurried to a nearby clinic for an examination. She explained her condition to the doctor. The doctor said her heavy bleeding was likely inflammation from poor hygiene. The headache and tinnitus were due to high cranial pressure from too much stress. Just prescribing more medication would be enough. But Irene felt it was not that simple. So she showed the doctor the bulging black veins on her lower abdomen. The doctor said it was probably a skin disease. Prescribing one more skin medication would solve it. Hearing this, Irene did not think about it further. But when Irene returned home, she was terrified to find her left eye severely bloodshot. While brushing her teeth, she felt her teeth were loose. With a light touch, her teeth fell out. After using the toilet, she completely missed noticing a maggot had fallen on the floor. That night, Irene suddenly felt a warm surge in her throat. Then Irene leaned over the toilet and vomited repeatedly. But what she vomited was all foul-smelling blood. Until exhausted from vomiting, she fell asleep on the toilet. When she woke up again and looked in the mirror, she felt utterly hopeless. She just wanted to wash all the filth away, but by then her whole body was numb and she could not feel the hot water temperature. This story teaches us to be careful when choosing friends.